Hello, this is part 2 of my trying to throw 400 feet journey. Today we're going to be looking at some form stuff. I'm going to start off by saying sorry, I'm not going to throw any TechDisc today. The ground's super wet and muddy and slippery, so I don't see myself getting any decent numbers, so there's no point even trying. Hello, post-production Matt here. Didn't like the way this intro was going, and I decided to change things up a little bit as well, so I'm going to take over from here. As I said, we're going to do some form stuff today, do some analysis of that, show you what I'm working on, but then also I am going to do a bit of gym stuff as well and talk you through some of the things I've been doing in the gym to increase speed mainly. Moving on from that, a little bit of advice for when working on form stuff. I've had a lot of experience working on, a little bit of experience working on form in disc golf, but I've had a lot of experience working on swing mechanics in golf from my professional golf background. And the best piece of advice I can give is get a coach. No matter how good you are, no matter how many form videos you've watched, swing videos. I was even a coach myself when I was golfing, and any coach will tell you that it's hard to notice what you're doing wrong specifically and what you need to work on without just nitpicking every little bit. So get a coach, that'll help you a lot. Another piece of advice, I would say, take your time, do practice swings, make sure you're focusing on the proper feelings, and film yourself and go back and analyze what you've been doing, what you're trying to achieve, and how well you're achieving it. And we're going to do all of that today. Well, we're not going to do the coaching today, but the points I'm talking about are points I've received from coaching. So, anyway, back to the video. Alright, just going to start off with some standstill putters, focusing on getting that pocket nice and deep and keeping that wrist nice and flat too. That was a nice one. Hello, post-production Matt here. Just doing a little bit of analysis on the form on the throws we've done. So you can see just really trying to keep that wrist angle there. Try to keep that all the way through and get that pocket as deep as possible. And these are just where I'm doing those sort of pumps, practicing that. And then when we go into the actual throw, trying to look for the same thing. Yeah, good wrist angle, really good deep pocket there. It's sort of, you can see I'm sort of holding it in the pocket right until the middle of my sternum. I'd like that to be sort of more on my right, my front pec there, but we're doing progression really, so getting there. Sort of go back to a screenshot of an older video of me, you can see that it's sort of not getting anywhere near even my left pec there. So this is back when I was throwing sort of more around 300 feet. So you can see big progression there. Anyway, back to me in the past. Right, moving up to the mids now. Gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna add in the run up now and just try to just keep focusing on those upper body mechanics. Just see how deep we can get that pull through, not worry too much about anything else. That was nice. Oh. That was a real nice straight buzz shot. Really not throwing that hard, but that looks like it's gone a long way. So again, on every shot, really focusing on doing some practice swings that are 100% focused on what you want to hit, even a little bit more extreme. And then I've been using these when I go on the course. That's my pre-shot routine. So really important to get that down. And then, yeah, if you want to add that into your pre-shot routine when you go on the course, I'd say that's a good idea. So looking back at those, I was mostly happy with the way that was looking. Pull through was definitely getting better. Still need to do a better job of keeping this wrist angle good. It tends to still kind of collapse like this a bit, but it's better than it was. But what I'm still really not liking is the timing of my reach back and my pull through now. Especially since I've been working on this so much, I have a tendency to sort of start that reach back early, and then I just kind of drag the disc along like this and start. So I'm going to try sort of feeling like I keep the disc out a bit more, so that when I do the cross, I can then kind of get the disc in while I turn, and then I've got time to do sort of a full extension anyway. So we're going to start off slow, see how it feels, and go from there. Still with the buzzes. It's a nice shot. Felt incredibly awkward, but it was a nice shot. I also want to try to keep my eyes on the target for longer and keep my orientation more like this, rather than I sort of start running up like this, and then that gives me more of a tendency to turn back too soon. Right, try that again. That was a nice one. Coming out pretty good. Go grab those and then we'll take a look. All right, that wasn't bad at all. My stride length was getting a bit short. That's mostly down to the fact that I was doing a slower run up and carrying less momentum in. But I want to make that look a little bit cleaner. So I'm going to try sort of more of like a one-stepper. So starting with the disc out like this still. And then as I step, turning in. And then once I plant, getting that full reach back. So we'll give that a go. Obviously really delaying that reach back by doing this, but it's a good feeling. If you struggle with your reach back timing, this is a really good way to feel that kind of like that stretch when you're doing this. Hello, me again. So now we are looking at the form on the full throws with the run up, and you can sort of see, well, number one, pocket's still looking pretty good, wrist angles getting lost a little bit, so you can see how as you progress into sort of more full throws rather than the drills, it's easy to sort of backtrack a little bit on that progress, but not too bad. But the main thing I'm focusing on this is the early extension on the reach back. So you can see I'm at full extension there way before the foot touches. And this is really down to just focusing a lot on the sort of mechanics of the pull through and everything, and just not really focusing at all on timing. So that's what we have moved on to focus on here. So this is looking at these one-step kind of drills. So this is what I'm feeling, trying to get the pocket there as well. So I am going to do the step forward, try to keep the disc in as I turn, and then I go full extension. So we get this nice foot touches and plants, and then we get the full extension. Also getting a really nice kind of turn here. And then, yeah, same thing where pocket's not quite as good as it was on the standstills. But there we go. We can sort of see the progression there with that timing. So yeah, I would highly recommend when you're doing any form work yourself, just take the time to take a couple of videos and see how you're progressing, because what you feel is not always what you're actually doing. Back to the video. Hello, post-production Matt here again. This time we are looking at some gym exercises that I'm doing mainly to focus on speed. Well, these ones are entirely to focus on speed, but I'm also doing some strength and flexibility stuff on the side as well. But these are what I've been trying to do a lot of, just try and increase my speed and athleticism, because this is the kind of stuff that really worked for me when I was playing golf, and so I don't see why it wouldn't help me for this. Oh, look at that serious focused face right there. Anyway, first exercise that we are doing on the regular is deadlifts. I don't like using the standard bar. I just find that that gets my back involved a bit too much, whereas I'm really trying to focus on the legs and the ground forces here. So I'm just doing three sets, 3 reps at, this is only 120 kilograms. I'll put up what that is in pounds, I'm not sure. It's about 75% of my 1 rep max at the moment, which I'd like to get up, but just, you really want to be focusing on the power here. Like, you can already sort of see, particularly on the first rep, how, oh, that's my watch. You can already see how it can be difficult to sort of get the bar moving at first. I'm just trying to keep the speed up, and if I get too heavy, then it's hard to get it moving and hard to keep the speed. But yeah, deadlifts are great for all round, like all body speed and power. I think there's something to just lifting really heavy weights, giving you the confidence to really sort of rip a disc or swing a golf club hard as well. So really recommend doing some deadlifts. Then next I am doing some jumping, pretty simply just trying to jump as far as I can. I'm starting off with a 10 kilogram medicine ball. This makes it feel really difficult to do the jump, so you're gonna use, recruit all the right kind of muscles to do it as efficiently as possible. Then you go no weight and jump as far as possible. I've got a little target down there on the bottom right that I'm aiming for. But yeah, pretty simple with these. I'm just sort of, you can see me sort of swinging my arms about, bending my knees a little bit, trying to get momentum. But yeah, again, this is just really about building the explosiveness in the legs for creating strong ground forces. Then moving on from that, we go a little bit more disc golf related, but with a similar kind of movement. So I have no idea what these are called, to be honest. But I'm sort of getting into a similar position where you're loaded on your back leg like you would be on a backhand, and then just trying to push off as hard as possible and keep my balance on the landing. Yeah, again, you can sort of see me swinging my arms about a little bit, sort of feeling the weight transfer. Just, that's helpful for just getting as much out of the movement as possible, really. Again, I didn't even say on the last one, but all of these I'm doing sort of 2 sets of 3 on these. just because it's easy to get tired very quickly doing things like that, and you want them to be as fast and explosive as possible. Now on to sort of more upper body. I'm doing some clap push-ups, which pretty self-explanatory really, but this is going to recruit basically everything in your upper body, and yeah, just trying to build speed in the upper body. I'm doing 3 sets of 5 on these. Again, if you do more than 5 reps, you're going to start slowing down, but yeah, just trying to push off and get as much height as possible on these really. And then kind of similar to the clap, oh sorry, there we go back to this. Kind of similar to the clap push-ups, these are, I don't know, chest passes or vertical chest passes. I got 10 kilogram medicine ball again, just trying to sort of throw the ball up. Again, pushing against gravity, just good for speed, explosiveness. And yeah, that's pretty much it really. That's a pretty quick routine. I would say advice on these, you want long rests in between, just because you're using a lot of energy to do these things at maximum speed and power. I'm not going to give any form tips because I am not a professional and you can find these elsewhere. But I hope this is helpful. I'm going to keep doing these and I will report back on the progress with them.